What's going on, guys? It's Patrick from Purple Park Studios, and today I'm going to show you how to make a website. And if you make this website, it's yours and it's free to do. So let's get into it. The first thing we're going to do here is we're going to make a prompt in ChatGPT, and we're going to basically get a little starter kit. If you guys don't have VS Code, you need to go online and type in VS Code and Visual Code right here. We'll double click it. We want to go ahead and download it for Windows. So once you have VS Code downloaded on your computer, it'll look something like this. So what I like to do before I do any type of web work is I like to get a basic folder set up. So File Explorer, you guys all know File Explorer. Right here I've got a folder called Barbershop, and inside of it I've got a folder called Photos. And in this folder here I've got some photos that I'm going to use on the website. So if you guys are making a website, you'll probably want to get a folder like this. So if you don't know how to do that, you can just right click, new, and folder, and it'll make a new folder. You can name it whatever you want, and then inside that folder I've put another folder containing my photos. So how does that relate? Back in VS Code we need to open that folder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here, File, Open Folder, and I'm going to navigate in my computer to the folder Barbershop. So it's right here. So I'm going to click that folder and I'm going to hit select folder. So now you can see I'm inside the folder Barbershop, and I remember I made that photo folders earlier. That's inside here as well. So now we have our VS Code, which is our code editor, and we're open inside of our folder, which is where we need to work to build the site. So what we're going to do is go to Terminal and New Terminal, and you can hit File and Save if you want, if you haven't saved it yet, but there's really nothing in here yet. It's just the folder that we set up. So we're going to go back in ChatGPT and we're going to make our first prompt. So what I like to do is, jumping back quick, I'm going to actually grab a screenshot of this. So I'm going to do Windows Shift S. You don't have to do this, but it's what I like to do. And I'm just going to grab a screenshot of my workspace. So going back into ChatGPT here, I'm going to hit Control V to paste my screenshot. So now the AI is going to be able to see our workspace. So I'm going to say, hey, I'm in a new VS Code workspace. I need to build a website for a barbershop. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep it real simple today. So we're not going to use any crazy frameworks or anything like that. I mean, React is great, but since we're just starting out here basic, we're just going to stick to basic HTML, CSS, and JavaScript for this. So, hey, I'm in a new VS Code workspace. I need to build a website for a barbershop. I need HTML, CSS, and JS files to create a beautiful, modern website using the photos in my photos folder. And if you guys are using your own folder, obviously you will screenshot your own screen here, and if your folder containing the pictures you want to use for your site is something different, you can just go ahead and obviously use that in the prompt. So, hey, I'm in a new VS Code workspace. I need to build a website for a barbershop. I need HTML, CSS, and JS files to create a beautiful modern website using the photos in my photos folder. I'll say, please provide the codes and instruction on how to paste them into the VS Code workspace. And I'm doing this here because if this is your first time, this will be important. So I'll say, I will also need file names. And just trust me on that, it'll just make your life easier. So at this point, anything else that you want to say in your prompt about how you want your website to look, like if there's specific colors you want. So maybe for this we can say dark theme with vibrant photo gallery use the logo because we have here a picture called barbershop logo. So we'll say use the logo in the hero section, and the hero section on a site is basically like your main section when you land on a web page. It's like kind of the first thing you see. So I also need file names, dark theme with vibrant photo gallery, use the logo in the hero section, write a generic, and at this point I'm going to say to write a generic bio about the shop, but you can put in, you know, your story here if you want. If you have like some text you've written, you could copy or paste that in here. So I'll say write a generic hero section and an about section, and then we'll just say, you can at this point say whatever you want. So just for the sake of this video, I'll say that should be fine for now. So I'm going to go ahead and just send this prompt, and let's see what ChatGPT says. So it's thinking right now. You can always click this here to expand and see what it's thinking. So sometimes I find this helpful, but sometimes not. In this case, it's a pretty short prompt, so it's not going to have to think too long. Alright, so right here it's telling us we'll make a simple structure, so we need 3 files. Index.html, styles, CSS, and script.js. And we already have the photos here. So create the files in VS Code. So what we need to do to create these files is, the first one is called index.html. So what I like to do is, you can just grab this right here. If you're too lazy to type it, I hit Control-C. And we're going to go here into VS Code. We're going to hit File, New File, and then I'm just going to paste in that file name, Control-V, or you can type index.html, and then we can click this little drop down here and just go ahead and hit Create File. And you can see now we have index.html. I'm going to go ahead and close that for now with those photos. And what we're going to do here is the same thing. So now for styles.css, we're going to go ahead and create that file. File, new file. You can just type in styles.css and select it there. Create file. So now we've got our folder with our photos, we have our index.html, and we have our styles. And we'll go over what each of these means in a minute. But we need one more here. We need our script.js. So I'll go ahead, hit Control-C, then File, New File. Go ahead, Control-V, and paste that in there. And I'll go ahead and create that file as well. So now we have our photo with the folders, we have our index.html, our script, and our styles all in this barbershop folder here, all inside VS Code. So we're in pretty good shape right now. So we can go ahead, hit File, Save, and jump back into chat here. And now we need to paste the codes into each of these files. So ChatGPT gives us this little option to copy right here, so we can copy the code. And we're copying our index.html. So this is the code that basically, this is like the core of our site essentially. Go back to the index.html, and I'll just hit Control-V and paste the code in, and then I'll make sure to hit save. You can also hit Control-S to save. We'll go back to ChatGPT. We'll scroll down here. So we already copied our index. Now we need to grab our style.css. And the styles, you can kind of think of that as like, these are like the effects or the colors, like basically the stuff that paints everything to look the way it looks. So this is like the visual aspect of it. So we'll go ahead and hit copy there, and we'll go back to VS Code, select our styles.css, click inside of it, and Control-V and paste it. Go ahead and file and save it. It's a bigger file there. You can see it's 646 lines. We're not going to get too into coding into this video. This is more for showing people who have never coded before how to make a website easily with ChatGPT. So we're going to stick to that. But if you guys find this video helpful and you want some more information on coding, we can definitely do another video about that in the future. So we'll scroll back down here, and we'll grab, that's a long file. Keep on scrolling. You can also click down middle mouse and just hold the mouse down. Script.js, so I'll go ahead and copy that code as well. And I'll just scroll to the bottom, and before we read that, we'll just go in and paste our script.js. So Control-V, file, and save. So now we have our barbershop folder with our folder with the photos. We have a file inside now called index.html. We have a file called script.js, and we have a file called styles.css. So the script is like our logic, the index is like our main thing, and the styles is the effects and the colors and all the cool stuff. So we'll go ahead back here into chat, and it says make sure images are in the right place. So we just looked at our folder in VS Code, so you can compare it to this. Yours might look a little different if you have some different names or different things in your project, but this is generally the structure you want to have at this point. So now we're going to open the site. So we need to open this index.html. Remember I told you that that is kind of like the entry point, the main thing, the core of our site. So we're going to go ahead and right click, and we're going to hit reveal in File Explorer, and then I'm going to go ahead and double click this right here. And this is going to open up the site. Oh wow, dang. So already we have a pretty sweet looking site. So this is kind of cool. View the gallery. And that was really easy. This is actually a really nice site. And then you can, I guess maybe these aren't wired up yet, but you can see that just from a little prompt, we already have a pretty decent looking site. Here we can hit contact. It takes us down to the contact section. It's pretty sweet. And then gallery, the about section, and then our home hero section. So obviously there is a ton of stuff that you could do to get this to look really good, but this is already looking pretty good. This is a pretty decent start, and that's how powerful it is using AI. You can see that somebody who doesn't know anything about code, in just one prompt, this is all we prompted, and we now have this really sick website. This is a really sick starting point. You could hook this up to a back end and actually like track customer data and do all kinds of cool stuff. So it's pretty exciting. But yeah, it's awesome to see what you can do with VS Code and ChatGPT for free. So if you guys found this video helpful, don't forget to hit subscribe and like and leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And if anyone's interested in like how to actually like take this site and like hook it up to a back end and make a real barbershop website that does like appointments or, you know, the real thing, let me know and we'll do it in the next video because this stuff's just too fun. So thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video.